Have you ever wondered what ketosis really is and why so many people swear by it? Is it just another diet trend that's out there, or is there really science behind it? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about ketosis, and we're going to break it down in the simplest possible way. So if you're trying to lose weight, boost your energy, and improve your health, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Rose Petrilla. I help people take charge of their health by following a ketogenic lifestyle. If this is something that you're interested in, then hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on the future videos. This is part one of a 3-part video series. Now let's get into part one, ketosis. Ketosis is a natural metabolic state when you switch from being a carbohydrate burner to a fat burner. Normally, your body relies on glucose from carbohydrates like bread, pasta, and sugary treats to fuel your cells. But when you restrict carbs, your body has to find an alternative energy source, and that's where ketones come in. Ketones are produced by the liver from fat, and they serve as an alternative fuel source for both your body and your brain. This shift happens when you restrict carbs and eat moderate protein and higher fat. That's the foundation of the ketogenic diet. I'm going to put on my primal health coaching hat, and if we think of our ancestors, it's also in alignment with the way they ate. So why does ketosis matter? Well, let's talk about the reasons. Reason number 1, fat loss. You become a fat-burning machine when you are in ketosis. 2, sustained energy. No more sugar crashes or energy slumps. Relying on glucose for energy requires you to eat frequently because it burns quickly. So your energy's up and it's down, and the next thing you know, maybe you can relate to this, you're looking for the next snack, right? Number 3, mental clarity. Talk to anyone who has been living a ketogenic lifestyle, and they will surely confirm this for you. It is amazing. Ketones fuel your brain. The brain thrives on ketones. It actually has a neuroprotective effect. And for me, I know it's very important that I want to keep my cognitive function as I age, right? That's very important to me. I mean, I think it's important to all of us. And ketones burn much more efficiently than glucose. And again, we're talking about sustained, steady energy. So when you were getting those sugar spikes and then those crashes, your cognitive function also felt that way. Okay? So it plays a very important role in both sustained energy and mental clarity. Next, number 4, reduce cravings. This is going to give you your power back. And what do I mean by that? Your blood sugar stays stable. Your energy stays stable. It takes away the cravings. It wasn't about willpower. You were set up to fail by the way the food is made. All this processed food is engineered to make you want to eat more, right? And so this is going, when you get that sustained energy and you get rid of those blood sugar crashes and those slumps in energy, you will be surprised. Like, you'll look at your watch, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even have breakfast yet, and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's because your body is now proficient at burning its own fat to give you the energy that's required. It is very liberating, so that's really important as well. And you have better blood sugar control. I want to say this right here, right now. If you have prediabetes or you have type 2 diabetes, it doesn't have to be for the rest of your life. I fortunately was able to reverse my prediabetes and insulin resistance before I became diabetic. But that doesn't mean Virta Health did a 2 and then 5-year study, and I believe it was 60% of people were able to put their diabetes type 2 in remission or reverse, whichever term you like best. So that, again, giving you your power back. Think of the medications you can get rid of. Think about how you're going to improve your health span, your lifespan, if you can reverse diabetes. It's amazing. And then finally, less inflammation. Now, I'm going to put my physical therapist hat on. As a physical therapist, I've treated so many individuals that have chronic pain, and I've treated all of the diseases associated with hyperinsulinemia, prediabetes, and diabetes. The common denominator to all of those diseases is inflammation. Okay? Inflammation is important. When it's acute, we don't want it to last more than 72 hours, and we repair the body. It's there to help the body repair, get out the damaged tissue, cells, whatever it might be, fight the fever, whatever that is, and then it needs to go away. When it becomes longer than 21 days, that's our definition in the PT world that your inflammation is chronic. That means you're still re-injuring. So let me give you a simple example. If you sprain your ankle and you don't get off of it, your ankle is going to continue to be sore. But if you elevate it and rest it for 2 or 3 days and use crutches or and stay off of it, it gives the body a chance to heal. But if you keep walking on it, you're re-injuring it. If you keep eating processed foods, high carbohydrates, and stay away from whole foods, you keep re-injuring your metabolism. Okay? And so it's not going to get better. It's going to continue to get worse. So inflammation, ketones have an anti-inflammatory effect. It helps with joint pain and all the other chronic conditions that have inflammation associated with it. And people who have autoimmune disorders go on an even more strict low-carb diet, essentially a zero-carb diet. They go on a carnivore diet and oftentimes reverse all of their signs and symptoms of their autoimmune diseases. So myths and misconceptions about ketosis. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is ketosis dangerous? Absolutely not. Myth number 1. Ketosis is the same as ketoacidosis. Nope. Ketosis is, again, a natural metabolic state. Think about way back our ancestors. They didn't know when they had to go out and hunt their food. And some days were good, and some days it was harder. And they may have had periods of time where food was scarce. So their bodies were adapted not to having food every 2 or 3 hours and at our fingertips. They had to try to store food. They had to ration food. Their bodies were very adept at being able to draw on their own fat to keep them sustained until that next kill for their food, right? If they were hunting. So ketosis really is a natural and healthy state for our bodies to be in. While ketoacidosis is a dangerous condition associated with people who have type 1 diabetes and people who have type 2 diabetes where it is not managed well. So ketosis and ketoacidosis are 2 very different things. The danger with ketoacidosis is that the body becomes more acid. The pH of the body is tightly controlled. Ideal is 7.4, but you have a range where it's safe between 7.35 and 7.45. And when your body is in acidosis, that pH gets lower. Unfortunately, the body has compensatory mechanisms, because there are some people who live in a state where they're more acid. If someone has severe COPD, they retain CO2, and their pH is a little bit lower, but it can get to a critical level if they get a respiratory infection and they get into danger. But our bodies are working all day long, control our pH through our kidneys. They do the brunt of the work, and that's running in the background like your computer at all times. But then we have our breath. We can increase our respiratory rate and our depth of our breath to blow off CO2, which will help normalize our pH if we were in acidosis. So I'm going to stop there. My students said that was the hardest chapter I ever taught in pathophysiology, but I just wanted to give you a frame of reference why ketoacidosis is really life-threatening if it's untreated. But ketosis is a healthy state and very normal for human beings. Myth number 2, you need carbs for energy. Nope. Actually, your body is perfectly capable but running on fat and ketones. We use protein as our building blocks, right? We have to, that's a macro that's required. And then we need fat for our vitamins and for energy. And when you think about it, it's not just because we're used to it. And yes, we are used to, in society today, eating a lot of carbohydrates, and we were told to, like with the USDA guidelines. And we're supposed to have, 7 to 11 servings of carbohydrates a day. Well, now we're taking that USDA guideline and we're going to turn it upside down, and we're going to have most of our calories come from fat, moderately from protein, and the smallest amount, that macro, is carbohydrates. But as I said, there are some people who do carnivore where they don't have any carbohydrates, and they feel better than ever. But so it's not just that we're used to it, it's also because we've been told to eat this way. Myth number 3, ketosis means no carbs ever. Not true. Many people include, and myself included, low carbohydrate vegetables, asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, all kinds of lettuce and greens, herbs. And as far as fruit, I stick with berries. And I don't have an issue with dairy. I also eat dairy. And of course nuts. Just be careful with nuts, because we can overconsume them and they do pack a lot of calories anyway. But nuts, berries, greens, cruciferous vegetables are all fair game. It's really not about zero carbs. It's just about the right carbs and the right foods. So now that you know about ketosis, how do you get into ketosis? Well, that's what we're covering in the next video, part 2 of this 3-way series. We'll talk about the fastest way to enter ketosis, what foods to eat, and how to avoid common mistakes. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried keto or experienced ketosis? The people who are watching this video, if you have experienced ketosis, could you share with those others who are watching? Put a comment down below what your experience was with that. And if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps to support the channel. See you in the next video.